We're excited to be here because this home is our #1 home on our Baker's Dozen list with Lawrence Modern. And what the speakers are going to do today is tell you why it's #1.
And he mentioned my mother, who was in the state legislature for many years. She and my father bought this house after my brother and I moved out of our childhood house. My mother knew George Beal because she was one of the first female students in the engineering department back in the 40s. They bought this very small house, very modest house, but she had known about it because she had known George Beal when she came to Lawrence from western Kansas. And she lived here until summer of 2014.
John is far too modest. He knows a great deal about this house, and in his research in the development of the National Register nomination, he learned a great deal more, and I was here at this table with him. I'm very happy to introduce Dr. Stephen Graybo.
The University of Kansas was one of the first architecture schools in the country to let go of the neoclassical tradition of architecture and designing buildings according to the École des Beaux-Arts tradition in Paris, and to move in the direction of the modern movement. And George Beal was one of the leading forces in that period. He happened to become a friend of Frank Lloyd Wright, and so much so that Frank Lloyd Wright, when he would move his household and fellowship from Wisconsin in the fall to head to Arizona for the winter, they would drive south from Wisconsin and spend a few nights here in Lawrence. They would stay with the Beals. They were that close. And the amazing thing is, when I got here with Dennis and looked at this house, it was exactly like I imagined it would be. It really is a Usonian house. I mean, it's a perfect Usonian house, and I'll tell you what I think a Usonian house is. It was Frank Lloyd Wright's adjective for the word USA. He wanted a word that just described USA-ness. It has a modular plan organization of a free-flowing horizontal space with a relatively flat or slightly pitched roof with big cantilevered eaves, continuous south-facing windows, horizontal wood cladding with brick piers and brick supporting walls on the inside. The L-shaped plan consisted usually of 2 wings, one public, which contained the living room and maybe a dining area, and a private wing, which contained the bedrooms and the storage areas. And at the juncture of the 2 wings forming the L was the hearth of the house, which would be the fireplace and the kitchen. Yeah, the original Usonian kitchen was based on Wright's appreciation of a railroad car kitchen, which is the galley kitchen. He was very impressed with how efficient the chefs in the dining car of a railroad train could put together a whole meal in such a narrow space.
It just goes to show you that this modernism, while it had lots of impact on European modernism, it is a Usonian thing. It is an American place, and I don't recall whether any other of these Usonian houses were built anywhere except in the United States. I suspect not. It's sort of like Italianate. It only exists here. So we're very fortunate that it does exist here and that it's so close to the university and that we've come together in a very beautiful place on a Sunday afternoon in which there are no dues, there's no membership. All you have to do is come and bring a little bit of something if you want to and enjoy the company of people who all admire modernism. This is really special, Lawrence.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you very much for speaking. And John, where are you at, John? John, thank you. Wow.